And welcome here to the 5:45 game between the LA Presidents and as we see a break there in the face-off. And joined again by Lockie Williams. Lockie, big day at work, mate. Just to come out to relax at lacrosse.
Yeah, that's it, mate. 9 to 5 done now, and it's time for some fun here at the box court. And the Presidents there, they're going to make a jump here straight to the cage there.
Tarek Lee with a little bit of pace there as Tim Ratchie just comes in front of us, and he's just subbing. He knows his work, mate, in the offensive end. So ball loose there, and picked up big lefty outlet, and coming back the other way. Darren Ricketts, he's in offense. You know the game's starting well when he's in offense, mate.
Certainly. We didn't see too much of Ricketts last night, actually, in their win over South Australia. So it's been a big sort of 12 hours for the Vics, or 24 hours. They had a game earlier today as well, and a late game last night. So maybe a couple of tired legs out there, but plenty to rely on. And we saw this man last night, and he's jumped straight to it. Tyler Reynolds, what a start for him.
He's just, you know what? And in the earlier game, I'll just let you know that they were calling him Butter Knife. So he gets on the board, Butter Knife.
It's good to see some of the boys going back and having a listen to the call. So
Butter Knife is in the house. Hey, watch out! He's come to play. He knows when we've got live streaming on, doesn't he?
Yeah, certainly does. And yeah, great start there for the Vics.
Tyler Reynolds, that's where he left off last night, I reckon we were talking about.
Certainly was.
Didn't step in the crease, though, this time.
Yeah, had a couple denied last night, but Aaron Aldred looks to have started where he left off as well. Good face-off win there in the middle. That's such a key for this Victorian side. Domination in the middle, plenty of possession, giving themselves plenty of chances down the offensive end. Now,
these two teams undefeated up to this point. The LA Presidents are 2-0, Victoria 1-0. But we did get the confirmation today that the LA Presidents are not eligible to play in the final.
There you go.
So the game tonight between WA and SA becomes massive.
Yeah, so effectively a prelim final then tonight, pretty much.
Yep. And these two guys, as we see, bang.
Yeah, nice finish there from Dan Menterplay.
Hey, Mantle, just getting one early. He was telling me he was going to score earlier, and he did not let me down. I told him a minute 40 in the first, but, you know, he's just got in, I reckon. So, yeah, so Victoria are out the box, and we wonder how that, you know, that extra game, we talk about it, the extra game that they've had to play. Now, Vic obviously played today, but, you know, the extra game for these LA Presidents over the last couple of days in the heat just starts to sap you a little bit.
Yeah, I can imagine, definitely. And, you know, you look at this Victorian side, a lot of these guys are featuring, you know, Australian lineup, so they're supremely conditioned. Whereas some of the other guys might not have been, you know, putting in as much work as you know, you look at the likes of Parsons Kuntia, for example.
Well, didn't play this morning.
Yeah, exactly right. So, yeah, so he'll
be fresh.
He'll be plenty fresh.
I tell you, MVP from the game earlier there in up the top, just touching the ball now, Mr. Caleb Hall. So had a good game against Queensland. And it had some physicality in the Queensland game today. We didn't bring it to you live on the Australian Lacrosse Network, but certainly did. And Caleb Hall, just where he left off, eh? He thought he was a Haudenosaunee player just there, coming down the back. But on the outer side, that's going to go over and back. Now that's a tired error there. It is not the pass, not quite there, but Neil just. Headed it back to the defensive end, or his defensive end, and turns the ball over, and Plum does the same thing.
Nice little step out pressure there from New South Wales to nearly force a turnover. That looks like there's going to be, is there a flag on this one? Or
I don't know, but Toby Templeton, as we see Archie Papzoglu there, just a little bit heated early, and I'll tell you what, when it gets a little bit heated early, those niggles can continue on for the game, especially when you know you've worn one.
Exactly right. And, good to see young Toby Templeton. He was under 18s last year. He might be graduating to the senior ranks this year. Plum gets a shot off. Reset now to Templeton. Good to see him bounce straight back up. He's a talent for the future, I think.
Absolutely is. He just gets in and finds space, doesn't he? And that's the one where there you go. There's the evener upper. as Papsoglu, but no damage done. But there's always one that just evens up.
Yeah, certainly.
You know what? 0-0, and let's start again now.
And those Vic boys, they timed those hits really well. There were a few last night where they weren't really looking for them, but they just really patient. Once the man was there, they were nice clean hits, which is good to see.
Plum dispossessed. And Papsoglu, he's just about to rub some Wall and some Caleb Hall. So they rhyme, don't they? Hall and Wall. And Hall manages to get the turnover from Papsoglu. And Mental back in the play, so to speak.
Yeah, so we've only got we've got 8.5 left in this first term, and I'm not sure New South Wales have had a real look at it. They had that one quick possession in probably the first minute of the game, and it's all been Victoria since then. Just desperate to get their hands on the ball, I think.
Great save in the 5-hole.
Yeah, great save there. So
Timmy Goodrin.
As the field's just cleared up here, Victoria transitioned well, but you'd like to see New South Wales and the Presidents hold on to the ball and just take some air out of it, I think.
Yep, well, Sam Vincent's definitely done that. Just got it up the top. He's holding. They've got some subs coming on. They're only going to have about 10 seconds from when this ball gets released. Kicks the ball up there to Jasper Hannah-Roberts, who kicks it down to the bottom corner there.
That's his brother, Eden Hannah-Roberts, on the shot there. Good shot there. Is there a glove save?
There's a glove save. I'll tell you what, I'm having him at fine leg or slips at the moment with the hands like that again. And ball comes back the other way.
Yeah, good night last night, Blake Watson, continuing that today.
So ball in the hands of Templeton. Kicks down, fires. Yep, well, he hadn't had a chance to warm his stick up this morning, so he's back again now.
Nice feed there from Aaron Battis. Nice pre-check on Templeton, just taking that one away. Forced the contest as well.
Yep, Josh Ehrman there, just getting enough touch on it to not allow the ball to head into the stick, and they'll turn it over, the Yellow Presidents here, and they'll head back the other way. And we've got a whistle here.
Oh, so it's just that's a coach killer, that one. Looks like on the clear, he's just run back through the crease in possession. That was probably going to be a great opportunity to go up the other end, and they had a good set previously and just continue to build on that, but giving the ball back straight away. Yeah.
So, Greg, he still does have hair, unlike some of us coaches. So, ball to hit the deck. Alistair, is that Glutenay down there?
Freeman.
Oh, it's Freeman. Sorry, 126. I just saw the 2-6 there, but he's got a 1 in front of it. And Pumba, oh, look at him. He's like a vacuum out there, mate. We might have to call him Hoover if he keeps moving like that.
He's got the improvised jersey on out there with the old the tape making up the 1-2-6.
Yeah, I saw the 2-6. I'm thinking, hang on, what's Glutenay doing in offence? But it is Pumba. So
good defence there to prevent Reynolds from getting through. And yeah, that's a fantastic defensive effort. Couldn't quite see who that was, but to keep Reynolds from getting to the hole and pushing him behind and through the crease, that's a great defensive effort.
Absolutely is, and that was Orbiton Saul who gave up that great defensive play there, puts him in, and a shot had but gone wide, and need to get this way. Oh, just about, he might have stepped over then too. Oh, you were right on the line. What did you see?
No, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Yep. I said I thought it might have been like the Indian cricket last night, mate. Just
yeah. So yeah, just the shot clock beats everyone on that occasion. And it's going to be Victoria and Aaron Battis through.
Any turnover like that, isn't it? You know, you're taking 10 seconds minimum out the clock, even though there's a shot and you don't pick it up and you get out high.
Yeah, you really need the reset on a possession like that. Just couldn't get it on that occasion, could New South Wales.
And
they've got numbers out the back here if they can be clean. Straight to the cage here. That's a good effort from Josh Yeoman, but Watson up to the task again.
Little up check there. I was going to say last night when we were calling, I said Timmy Kudrin, but Timmy Kudrin obviously is in the cage as 0-0 the goalie. We might have credited him with a couple of goals last night. He came up to us and this morning he was pretty happy that he got credited with a couple of goals as a goalie.
Did we?
Yeah, I did call him because he was wearing number 1 on the sheet, and that was not Tim Kudrin last night. He was very happy though. As a goalie would be, wouldn't he?
Exactly right.
So picked up by Hannah Roberts and kicked out there to Hannah Roberts.
Yeah, 2 young talents here from the home club of Altona. Was just
bang!
Through sticks and beating everyone.
Sammy Vincent there.
What a
just,
finish.
Top corner. Goalie just checking to see whether there's a hole in the net because he couldn't believe it was in the back of it. And, wow, good job there from Sam Vincent for the LA Presidents. Nails top corner.
I don't think it looks like it might have taken a little piece, but it just looked like there were sticks in the way and had the perfect little block all the way through to the top corner. Nice finish to put the Presidents on the board.
You definitely don't want that one back.
Definitely not.
And that's the ability there, isn't it? To be able to get pressure in front of the goalie where there's constant screens going on. We saw the Victorians do it last night well, but that was exactly, there was plenty of movement. And you know what? Sometimes you got to shoot at the cage, and sometimes they go in.
Exactly right. Probably something the SA boys will take away from that loss last night. Couldn't quite get that whole spot in front of the cage quite filled up well enough, and the movement not quite there. So, a little thing that they can take away from it. It's just a little bit fiery out there, isn't it?
It's just got that feeling of it, hasn't it? It has, and that's perhaps Zoglu again, who was in the play almost in the same spot. I reckon there's maybe a bit of an angry meter that's stuck in that little meter of goal behind the goal there. And there was a penalty had by both players. They both hit the cage, or both hit the deck. That's Dylan Jacklick for the Presidents. And
it's going to be Tim Ratchie that serves it for Victoria in there.
Well,
he's going to be quite familiar with the penalty box. He served them there a couple of times last night. I'm not too sure what happened this afternoon, but
well, those two boys aren't going to have a beard off, even though Dylan Jacklick does have a bit of stubble. I think Timmy Ratchie's got him. They may be talking about that through the penalty box. So ball to be had here. The wind's just picked up a little bit.
So you might be able to hear through the microphone.
I don't know whether we can hear through the mics, but it's picked up. But it's quite a pleasant day down here. It's quite warm. We're lucky we're in the shade of the commentary box, but certainly has been warm on the field, and everyone coming off as they've had some additional drink breaks throughout the games today, which is good because duty of care says we want our players at the absolute peak.
Definitely do.
Cars run with petrol, athletes run with water. So nice in look and
good link up there from Alphen teammates Marcus Arambatis and Caleb Hall there. They knew exactly what each other was doing, and fantastic team goal to put Victoria back 2 goals clear. They lead at 3-1.
So just had that opportunity there, both in the penalty box, but playing 4-on-4, 5-on-5, shall I say. So back to the centre here.
Good talk there from Parson Kuntia. Couldn't quite come up with the ground ball, though. It does on this occasion.
He goes to swim and couldn't quite come up with that again. Oh, good look down the bottom. Oh, nailed and nailed. Is there a count? Is there a count? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let him up. Check the gloves. Yeah, Caleb and Timmy Kudrin. Just bit of love there from both of them. And I'll tell you what, there was a size difference there.
Yeah, just a little bit. He's a big man. Tim Kudrin takes up a lot of that cage.
Caleb wasn't backing down though, was he?
No,
not getting up, but not backing down.
Yeah, the shot deflected. Oh, how clever was that from Parsons?
There he goes.
He's got one-on-one. He's just got Kudrin to beat now. Oh, fires wide. That's how many times did you back him in from that situation?
You'd back him in at least 80% with those sort of moves. I like the little swim move where he didn't pick up the ball here and let it dribble past. The guy thought he was going to have a body on him and just a bit of swim over and pick it up behind you.
And probably sums up that he's got both sides of the game. He's got both the physicality but the smarts as well, where he could have easily run through the number, but takes stock and goes and picks up the ground ball. Clever play there.
So Albertine to Neil. Neil tries to give it back to him and doesn't do it exactly successfully and puts the shot clock under 10 seconds. Neil, though, sets a pick. Albertine, he's got the first goal of the game. Oh, sorry. No, he didn't. Vincent had the first goal of the game. So ball coming back the other way. Freeman picks the ball up.
So it's going to be Dan meant to play now on the right side. Looks for the cutter from Templeton, just through sticks on the way, so it's collected by Kudrin. Can the Presidents take possession here and get clear? Just a little fumble on the clearance, slows things down a little bit. The Victorians have recovered well. Shot on cage, easily collected there from Watson. So
yeah, Derek Lee just probably needed to wait for some teammates there. Oh, and that's an over and back. As the Victorians send 3 subs on, as do the LA Presidents. And Jasper Hannah-Roberts kicks the ball over to the goal scorer, Sammy Vincent. Vincent, he's just waiting for another screen there because he's found that top corner before. And ball coming back the other way. Done plenty of this coming back the other way.
Yeah, exactly right. Aldred, I think that's Al Glutnay getting a shot off on that occasion. So
I'm glad he didn't get it because we would have heard about it. Tell you what, that would have been his ringtone if we'd gone up in the octones for that. And just coming over, just 18, down to 18 seconds. Should have been a turnover there. As the clock was at 18 seconds, they have to get it over within 10, but missed there.
Regardless, they're in trouble with the shot clock now with only 3 to get it off. That is nice and white, so it'll go to Victoria's way once again. Glutnay, does he want to go again? No, he doesn't. He's got Caleb Hall all out by himself. But
Hall says, just pass it to me a little better, thanks, mate. You know, I'm not giving you an assist. Down to Freeman. And the respective defences and offences come on the field. And just lost the ball in the, I won't say in the sunlight, but certainly up high. And little inside look. Great move.
Yeah. Marcus Arambatz is putting that one away on this occasion. Oh, we've got a goal disallowed there.
Oh, okay, right on the scene, in the crease.
So actually, he might have to have some words at home there. That's his dad, Jai Arambatz, I believe, in the zebra stripes out there. That's just caught him up on that one.
So you reckon the drive on the way home might be a bit quiet?
Yeah, a little bit frosty potentially.
So Neil with the ball up here for the LA Presidents. He's just under immense pressure. Yeah, and the defensive pressure, and Quintao just takes his own man out almost while he's trying to get towards the cage.
I think if there's one thing that we learned last night, probably the one-on-one defense from Victoria is outstanding. So to beat them one-on-one is going to be really difficult. You've got to make that ball move. Oh, a little sloppy pass there from passing Quintao, but you've got to make the ball move. And, you know, those little outside shots that we saw with the screen on the keeper before, little things like that. But to beat a man one-on-one is going to be pretty tough on this Victorian defense, I think.
Yeah. So, but inherent pass there coming from the stick of Parsons.
So just 10 seconds on the quarter clock now.
Oh, and that's when you restart a ball and get the ball in your stick and you throw it straight away. Oh, might have stuck a little bit there. So Hall. Oh.
That's going to be the quarter.
Well, that snuck up quickly. That did sneak up quickly. Getting into this, and we've got a 3-1 game at the moment.
Yeah, it felt like Victoria, safe to say, did really dominate that one. But to keep it within a 2-goal margin, that's good work there from the Presidents. They're certainly right in this one.
The score sort of doesn't reflect the amount of offence that Victoria had then. They don't. But goal scorers so far, we had Caleb Hall on the Victorian men's side with 1. We had Dan mental play. It's mental play. With 1, and the butter knife. Tyler Reynolds with 1. Got one early. He just wanted to get on the live stream quick.
Exactly right. Saw the cameras and wanted to turn on.
And the LA Presidents, Sammy Vincent with a big screen top corner. Gets 1 as well. It is a 3-1 game. And we've seen this in a lot of games, though, where the first quarter tight, tussle, and then teams just seem to pull away. So I don't know, Victoria are going to obviously want to, will they want to put the foot down? Save it or conserve that little bit of energy because they know they're in the final now.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens. I mean, there's plenty of numbers that they can rely on. There's not a weak link out there in their squad. So I think Greg Mollison will probably just opt to keep the rotations nice and fresh. Any niggles, there's no need to push themselves out there, but they'll certainly want to I think, push the envelope here. The 2-goal lead, they'll look to build on that. And this President's side, I think just getting their hands on the ball is going to be important in this second quarter. Had a couple of better looks towards the end of that first quarter, making things a little bit easier going out there.
And Judy Menti Play has just let me know exactly that it is Menti Play. But I think that was for the first goal, so I like it. And in capitals, I know you were yelling there, Judy. So he did get on the board. Great job there from Mental. And certainly in the game early, he has actually been good down in the offensive end early. He just that pass picked off there. But other than that, he has been working really hard and bringing players into the game there.
Yeah, definitely. And there's plenty of players out there like that. But yeah, Dan, you know, there's a reason that he's got that green and gold helmet on. He's a quality box cross player, and you know, showing that once again this week.
And Judy says, I love you too. So, yeah, we love you, Jude. Yeah, beautiful. As I said, it is absolutely, I mean, it's warm out there, but this breeze is there, so it's perfect weather for this box court.
Yeah, exactly right. That sun, the sun's still nice and high at the moment. It'll probably become more of a nuisance as the game goes on, but still, yeah, just providing a perfect picture over the Altona box court for sure.
It is. And if you're live and watching, send us a shout out on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Tell us what you're liking, or tell a friend what you're not. Or tell an enemy what you're not. But we know that there's another big game coming up tonight as well after this one, and that is 8 o'clock local time. The SA Reds versus the WA Sandgropers, and that is a winner-take-all into the final.
Well, yeah, it's effectively win or go home, really.
It is.
Yeah, it should be a cracking contest.
And don't forget, though, the women's final's on tomorrow. Live and free on the Australian Lacrosse Network. It is a WA Victoria women's final tomorrow. So they've both booked their ticket to the big dance in the first ever. And they'll...
And Victoria wasting no time in getting started in this second quarter. Travis Kroll putting that one away. His first of the day.
We got one in the fourth last night, and he figures, you know what, I might just try and get on the board a bit more, just get my name up the list. So,
but yeah, you're right, Tony. It's fantastic to see the women's competition up and running. Obviously, to see it on the stream today as well. Did a great job calling that one, and well, yeah, it should be a fantastic match tomorrow.
I must say, it's an absolute pleasure calling it, because you just see the joy in the faces. And even though there's some big hits and some other bits and pieces, when they're coming off the smile that's on their faces, you know what, that's 1,000 words. And I'll tell you what doesn't take 1,000 words is Chris Plum. And
just linking up so well there with Caleb Hall on the same page there. I'm not even sure they were looking at each other, but they knew exactly what was going on. And yeah, great look, great finish.
So Plummy with his first for the night. And he got a couple in the second. Oh, no, that was Hawley. He got a couple in this last night, but in the second. So he's just started the second quarter with one. And the LA Presidents will put a little bit of pressure on. Oh, just picking pockets. He says, Plummy, get out of my way. You know what? And another one. Oh, good save. Good save from Kudrin. And the ball's coming back the other way.
So they got a 3-on-2 here if they want to pull the trigger. And just read that like a book, didn't he, Caleb Paul? And he's got
two on.
He's got a man out the back in Ricketts here.
And Ricketts does not falter, going the other way. And Darren Ricketts didn't get on the scoreboard last night, so that's his first for the tournament.
Yeah, great work.
Oh, no, he might have got one today, but good break down the back.
Yeah, it's easy to, you get that one-on-one with the keeper. You can panic potentially, but did a great job to keep composure, send the goalie one way and put the ball in the other.
And he's on the board, and don't the boys like it, eh? When you get someone that scores and they're just all up and about on our left here. And we had some great vision too, as Scotty Gill's got a couple of... He's a master. He's got a couple of cameras up, so you'll get to see the boxes at points and just see what it looks like in the men's and women's. So Victoria into offense. Ball up the top with Lucas. Just loses the handle of the ball. There's an outlet here, opportunity.
Aiden Hannah-Roberts, he's all by himself. And a great
what
trail
about
check
a
there.
chase?
Oh, how about the follow-up from Aiden Hannah-Roberts?
Hey, the 215s, they were heading together. I'm going to say the footsteps to get Eden. Then they were quiet, but outside Plum, and just can't pick it, and that'll be an over and back. LA Presidents are going to take the ball through Josh Earman. And just in that back corner, which is just sort of almost, they come back into our sight now. So Yeaman with the ball. Pushes, good work there from Glutenate, just getting a stick in the way, just making it a bit harder.
Still plenty of time here for the Presidents. Still 10 seconds on the clock, so I was about to say no need to panic, but they've just gone and blazed away there. They probably could have afforded to take some more time, I think. And
just gets that one over the top, but there's still 3 of them sitting in front of the cage. And Hall says, well, bring it up to me, and we can just create some space back in there. But a little bit basketball-y at the moment, and up and back the field with no one really having any presence.
Yeah, just a little bit sloppy at the moment, but yeah, classy there from Aiden Hannah-Roberts. Nice shot, but well saved there from Blake Watson, who's got a man on the outlet. That's been turned over, though. That was Doyle in possession. Now Hall looks down. McDonald feeds a cutting Plum, and just the fumbles continue a little bit.
Yeah, it's just a little bit ugly in the stick skill at the moment, isn't it? It's
yeah, potential little fatigue out there, but
Ratchie trying to clear space and does it very well.
Yeah, Lockie McDonald gets the shot off. It's going to be a reset, so a full another 30 here. And Plum returns the favour to Caleb Hall on that occasion, who feeds inside. How good's his passing there, Caleb Hall?
The ball movement there was elite. It was, and if you're on the end of one of those cuts coming across the cage, and you're getting delivery like that, you don't have to do much to just turn and put it into an empty net, as we saw that happen then.
Yeah, spot on. I think, we've seen Caleb Hall a couple of times. Just he's a real distributor, isn't he? So,
fantastic goal and a team goal there. Oh, a little bit of love.
I don't mind the intent there from New South Wales, just from the President, sorry.
Gus Ratchie.
Yeah, getting beaten in the middle, but giving some back.
And Gus has gone, no, sorry. Plum with the ball. Little flip. And just opens it up. Just doesn't quite find the stick on that occasion. One of the rare occasions where they haven't found that stick.
So much space there for Travis Grohl.
I'll tell you what.
What an effort there from Brendan Freeman.
There is no chance of Pumba playing the world game.
That's the highlight of the week, I think, that one. The first, second, and third efforts, that's amazing there from Brendan Freeman.
I thought Ronaldinho had not come to Australia, but I may be wrong. So, passes Quintao, nice look down up the top. Dan with the shot.
Stuck in the stick there a little bit, so dragged it down wide. Only 5 seconds on the shot clock, no reset, so they're going to get one off here, Victoria. Looks like the shot clock's going to beat them. Yes, it will.
It will, straight to the stick, and advantage. So just looking for some space there is Neil, but doesn't find it. And that heads up and back to Neil. And he's got Lee on his right-hand side. Lee kicks the ball down there, Hannah-Roberts. And looks inside, and that's going over and back as well.
Execution not quite there, but I don't mind the intent from the Presidents.
Well, they certainly
trying something a little bit different.
Well, they tried to turn the defence's head and get on backside. You know what? The pass was the issue. If he'd actually caught it, there potentially was a shot on the backside.
Yeah, spot on.
Again, I don't think Lucas was happy with his pass in that occasion.
Yeah, lets it out on the defensive end as well, that's for sure.
And you know he's always going to create a content here. So Ratchie up against Parsons. He's going to push him over. There's a bit of muscle on both those contests there.
Just so strong in defence is Lucas Parsons-Quintero. There's a timeouts called for the Presidents.
So
just you can see on the attackers when they're in possession, they cop that hit and they're actually pushed off balance. So there's 6 minutes 40 left.
6:40 in. So yeah, that's probably a good timeout with this bit of still a bit of heat out there. So utilise that, get a drink on board.
Exactly right, and the momentum's probably swung away from the Presidents. So yeah, good chance to just settle things down a little bit.
Yep, that it is.
Yeah, so the Vics, they'll send a 5 out there of Tony Joseph, Aaron Aldred, Dan Hall, Keith Nyberg and Al Glutney. Solid defensive unit they've had out there at the moment. Conceding just the 1 goal so far in this one. They had a good night out there last night as well against SA.
That they did, as the boys just going through a bit of a chat on my left here. But we do have Victoria just out to a bit of a lead. But you know what? Perfect timeout used by the coach. You get them. They don't stack up at the end of the game, and you get to use them next time. So why not have an opportunity? Try to draw something up. I don't think necessarily that was what he was drawing up, but
nearly an own goal there off the feet of Dan Hall. That looks like,
and it could be coming back the other way, but. And now it is. Oh, there's an outlet. Glutney, he was off. He was off to the races. I'll tell you what.
He wants his name on the score sheet.
He does want it on the score sheet. Steps down, looks in. Good save. Wing save. And comes back the other way. Kaminsky with the ball. Kaminsky without the ball. And Kaminsky fighting with Hall for the ball. As subs come on, and they'll take some time here just to set something up, get their full 30.
So Lockie McDonald, he'll use Lucas Parsons-Quintero. Now here he is. He kicks the ball across.
Oh, the butter knife. The butter knife is in. Oh, it just doesn't quite get that one away in the back of the cage.
But once again, we see just how easy he moves through that crease area.
Like a hot knife through butter.
Exactly
I
right.
keep saying it.
We've stopped play. We've got a penalty here. Couldn't quite see what that one was for.
So
wait for our officials to let us know what's happening out there.
So we're going to have Hannah Roberts, no Yeeman. Josh into the box. A push. It looked like a push call. From behind. So opportunity here for Victoria. First man up opportunity, I would have.
I think we saw one. We saw one
yes,
last night, but successful. Hall looks across to McDonald there. Aaron Batts wide open on the crease. Finds Ratchie again. Shot clock still with 15 left on it. Hall, too much space for a guy of that calibre, but can't convert on this occasion. Paul bobbling around absolutely everywhere. Plum, he'll just capitalise on the rebound, and they'll get a full another 30 now. There's so much space out there for Victoria right now.
They're playing Harlem Globetrotters a little. You know, a little flick here, a little flick there.
Around the back, just on cue.
Fires, shoots, reset, and they get another reset here. So they're going to spend the full penalty time with the ball in offense, just about.
Yeah, Ratchie across to Plum. Is he going to have a look now? No, Hall off to Ratchie. Just making that extra pass.
Pretty. Hall, that must be his 3rd or 4th assist tonight already.
Yeah, I would think so,
Those assisted goals are... he's just bringing others into the play, isn't he, Hawley?
Yeah, spot on. And, yeah, just that extra pass where, he might have had the look there, but finding the man, making that extra pass, turning the goalkeeper, creating that space in the cage, and yeah, good finish from Tim Ratchie and good vision once again from Caleb Hall.
And his 2nd of the quarter. So, both of them from, I'll tell you what, he'd be buying Hawley a beer after because he certainly just found him in the middle.
Definitely.
And speaking of the middle, like on cue, out he comes. Oh, and I went as the box went we're both feeling the same. As Freeman just doesn't quite. So, as the penalty is released. Ball into the centre.
Man coming from the box, tried to sneak up on Reynolds. Good enough to know that he was coming. Now he's found some space all the way through.
I'll tell you what.
Found number 2 for the day.
The butter knife, he's in the house. The butter knife is in the house. There's 2. So Tyler Reynolds, just in case for those who aren't viewing, we gave him a nickname last night because he looked like a hot knife through butter, and he's just done the same thing there.
Yeah, it's on this occasion, the little pick and roll, get into the inside, get that 1-2 pass off, and yeah, nice finish.
I can tell you, speaking to the Victorian boys earlier, they don't mind that nickname for him.
Yeah, it's proved pretty popular out there for them. So,
going to have a trip here, are we? Just a bit of interference. So Lachlan McDonald will bring the ball into the offence, and I'll tell you what, any time that man down there, Hall, gets it in, I'd be cutting towards the cage because
yeah, exactly right.
Hasn't missed too many. Ratchie just pushes his man and gives a little bit of space here and there. Looks down the bottom, and Hall.
And there's some pretty clear intent down there for Victoria. They're engaging, but not taking on that one-on-one. They're looking for that extra pass. So really haven't pulled the trigger too often on a one-on-one dodge, which looks like a pretty set plan from Greg Mollison and his coaching staff, I think.
Plummy with a great interception down here, but just managed to throw it straight back over, and ball comes back the other way. So sort of negates each other. And ball on the outer side there from us, but close to the camera. And that'll be in the hands there of Lawrence Lee, who kicks it back down to the bottom corner.
So shot clock already down to 5, so they're going to have to go now, the Presidents. They get into the inside, and that's a good effort there to get the reset.
Ben Domer just forcing his way into that opportunity. Cuts again, and wears one in the back for his trouble. Hannah Roberts, great feed. They'd found his brother, who just found the foot of the keeper. And that's going to go back with a reset to the LA Presidents. And Lee kicks the ball down, comes down, sets a pick, rolls inside, but nothing there. Hannah Roberts picking the ball up and picked off. And here we go. It's almost like a penalty shot to the man himself, Caleb Hall. He can feed, and he should.
Yeah, I think that one will probably earn himself a fine, I think, from the Victorian boys.
There might be a little bit of loose change changing hands there. I'll tell you what, if I'm feeding as well as him, I'm probably looking up for a trailer and asking him to come with me.
Someone come with me.
But ball up the top with Neil. And Neil just throws that one against the boards. And there might be some pace on here, just quietly, if he puts the jets on. Oh, he gave him a cuddle on the way through. Did Lucas. Ball comes up, little flip, looks inside, finds the butter knife, and 10 on the 5 on the shot, and bang, pops it away. And Lockie McDonald there.
Yeah, starting to finish a little bit better, the Vics, just getting those much better looks on cage, and yeah, Lockie McDonald, good spot there, handy finish. With a minute and a half left in this second term.
In the second, and just blows the score out just that little bit now. It does.
Yeah, so 2-goal margin at the break. Now it's out to 9. Starting to get a bit one-sided.
We sort of said that at the end of the first quarter, that the first quarters have been pretty tight, and then they've been sort of blowing out from there, and it's sort of going to trend. But Hawley, he doesn't go over the halfway line, he told me. But I did see him do that today.
Yeah, he had a little gallivant last night as well down the lane.
That he did. Well, he actually had a shot in the earlier game, and it bounced over the... Oh, that's a good little flip there from Kroll. But just didn't quite find the man. And the ball will come back the other way. Oh, that's a fantastic check there from Plum. Picking pockets and... just puts that one in the back of the cage, but not the right side of the back of the cage. And there's... Oh, there we go. All clear. Air Plum just decides to that was his own personal highlight reel there, Plummy. The overhead check to dispossess the ball. Misses a shot, goes out the back, and then just says, well, you know what? I got some tricks.
Yeah, it hasn't the action hasn't been haven't been out on a field for a while, so just want some extra vision potentially for.
Tell you
the
what, he knows
tape,
the ALN are filming this, doesn't he?
Exactly right.
Chris Plum just wanted his 30 seconds of airtime so he can show the boys later.
I think that probably the only thing Plummy would be disappointed about is that the fans are on the other side of the field. We might see him get over there at the main break.
McDonald finds, geez, he was moving quickly there, Freeman. He was almost moving too quickly for his own feet. So ball up the top, Hall. If you're on the end, I'm cutting somewhere. Looks inside, the butter knife again. Finds his way to just spread the love, does the butter knife.
And he's been disallowed
again.
No, it's been taken away from him once again. Oh, no.
Tell you what, he had his foot on the crust there. No goal.
That would have to be 6th or 7th goal, I think, disallowed.
But you know what? He's putting himself in the right place. Is Tyler Reynolds.
So just 5 seconds on the quarter clock now. So
and that's going to run out here.
That looks like that'll be it for us.
Ball shot had, but not to be. Just bounces off, and yeah, look at the half. Just really did blow out there in the end. And maybe, yeah, I'm going to say maybe Tyler needs a. Maybe just a size less in his shoe, just to maybe he's got too big of shoes on and they're just hanging off the line. But but yeah, we have at the halftime. At the halftime, we've got an 11-1 lead. All the ones, the English should be scared of that with 1-1-1.
And Nelson,
they would. So some goal scorers in that quarter for Victoria. Ricketts with 1. He got on the fast man break and got going. We had Ratchie with 2, and they were both from the stick of Caleb Hall, feeding him. Lockie McDonald got 1. Tyler Reynolds got 1 and 1 disallowed. That's a 0. And Chris Plum with a couple with his own personal highlight reel, and Kroll gets 1. And for the LA Presidents...
failed to hit the scoreboard on that occasion, but yeah, just got away from him a little bit in that quarter.
What are you liking out there at the moment?
For the Presidents, I think there was plenty to be positive about in that first term. Probably just got a little bit out of control in the second quarter. I liked a little bit of ferocity in the middle. They weren't afraid to throw their bodies around at the centre draw. They couldn't quite come up with those ground balls, but they're really competing and fighting hard. They just don't have enough of the ball at the moment, which is key, really. Victoria just dominating possession. Putting plenty of pressure on defensively. Once again, their one-on-one defense has been outstanding. Victoria, the couple of chances we've seen to try and beat them has been off those pick and rolls or, with the screens in front of the keeper, things like that. Just trying to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, you're nearly banging your head up against a brick wall, I think, trying to beat this Vic defence one-on-one.
You are. And just for the LA Presidents, Lockie McKinnon's been playing for him all week. He's crook. Just can't keep anything down. So he's a big loss for this side because he's been one of those key movers through the offence for them and a big part of their 2 wins. Yeah,
certainly. And, he would have been a guy that in previous years would have been wearing a blue, navy blue
with the
V.
big white V.
That's it. But yeah, I'm sure that we wish Lockie well. Hopefully he's feeling a little bit better. But he would have passed on plenty of notes for these guys. They would have learnt a fair bit. And I've just got Chris Plum steering me down, putting me under some pressure here.
I was going to say, Plummy had his own 30 seconds of video footage there with the overhead wrap check and takes it down, misses the goal, and then but set it up for a highlight reel moment. And that's all that matters, isn't it? It ends up in the back of the net. It's on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but Lockie McKinnon, a big loss for these guys. And, you can clearly see just missing a little bit of that spark offensively at the moment.
And you can see here, Mr. Scotty Gill, he is all over this. You get right into the benches with the cameras, and you can see there that, and now we've switched over to the Victorian side. But I'll tell you what, the vision of footage that this man gets to be able to bring with the expertise he does, and up the top there with the camera. Ben's up there, I think, just getting a suntan.
Yeah, doing a great job up there. And
but he's got the bucket hat on. He's got the long sleeve on.
That's it.
I'll tell you what, he's been watching the ads for the SunSmart ads.
Yeah, fantastic.
He is.
Yeah, great insight into sort of a couple of behind the scenes, and just to bring you a little bit more behind the scenes, looks like Blake Watson, he's going to have a spell from the cage for Victoria, and it's going to be Nick Sheedy. He's warming up out there at the moment.
Well, they made the change last night like that too, so giving time. They are. And speaking of time, as we've got a little bit, just on the live stream, Sean Clark is watching. Obviously, Clarkie would have been playing in this. I believe he had a bit of a groin issue. So, Shawnee, mate, sorry you're not out here having a run around, but I know you need to get fit and healthy for, going over to the Worlds as an alternate.
Yeah, exactly right. Hope you're doing well, Clarkie.
Yep, a great man, Mr. Shawnee Clark. Damien Stringer says Anya Sebrock. So but not there. Michael Green's watching. Carolyn McClucky's watching. Isaac Cale is having a watch. Big Isaac.
Yeah, welcome to Isaac. He's actually made the move over down south here to Melbourne. So
it's cold here. Did he not know that? Isaac, do you not know that? It's cold here. It's much better where you were. Unless, no, yeah, we won't go there. And we've got Noah Haskett watching, Marty Baker's watching, James Mullins watching, and Tom Emery watching online. So if you're in the halftime break and you want to send us a shout out, we'll try and get to that as the two teams just get a little bit of oxygen in their lungs and just a little bit of water in the tank, because they're going to need it for this second half. And that sun, does that become an issue? It's sort of fairly high in the sky, but it's coming down. And I'll tell you what, in the last quarter here, I don't know I want to be the keeper at that end.
Yeah, thinking exactly the same thing there, and it'll unfortunately be the Presidents that will feature down that end in the last quarter. So things not quite favouring them today, this afternoon, that's for sure.
Can I see the goalie? He's changing his gear and giving it? No, he's not doing that. No, he's doing a good job in the cages, Timmy Kudrin. He's serviceable. Both keepers in that first half were very serviceable. They were. Both teams having opportunities. Just blew right out, and you would potentially, and not with the numbers that the Vic men's have, they may just start to put a couple on ice if they've got a couple of sore spots ready for tomorrow.
You would think so, yeah. Plenty to look ahead to now for the Vic boys, that's for sure.
Well, Plummy rolled his ankle in the first game, rolled it out and was down, taped it up. Looks like he's moving all right just quietly. But, like those little niggles, you've got a final in 2 days. You don't need to do any more damage to it.
Yeah, no need to overextend yourself, that's for sure.
So just to wrap it in cotton wool. There's a fair bit of frivolity going on the left-hand side of us here in the Vic bench.
10-goal lead, they're pretty happy with themselves, that's for sure.
Well, they are indeed. And so who's going to be the first one to 5 goals for this team in the second half?
What have we got at the moment? Who are we looking at?
Hawley's got 1. Yeah, Ratchy's 2. We've got the butter knife with 2. That is Tyler Reynolds, for those who don't. He's going to be called the butter knife from here on in. Plummy with a couple,
Yeah, you'd have to favour Reynolds, I think. Plum's also been pretty good. You could... there's a couple out there that could come with it.
You know what? My money's on Ratchy from here.
Yep.
I reckon there's a couple of big bombs coming from top centre. And
wouldn't mind seeing a few of them.
And the last quarter with the sun in the eyes.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point.
I tell you what, get me on the field at that point, and I'm shooting wherever I like.
Just a quick one for you, Tony. Before I think we're just a couple of minutes away, but just a quick look ahead to our next game. South Australia take on Western Australia. Just give us your quick prelim thoughts ahead of that one. Effectively a knockout match.
Well, I think both teams have come over here. I'll say maybe just a little under strength, as WA coming off the last national titles, and they're there, but they've across the board. I think they're pretty similar in their game styles. We haven't seen South Australia play the LA Presidents yet, and they did beat WA. But then we have seen some matches. And South Australia, I know they went home and watched the game that we filmed last night against the Vics.
Yep.
And they were going to go and sit as a coaching group and have a look at that, just to see where they could, which is a great thing about the Australian Lacrosse Network, just quietly. You get this video footage. And know as a coach, you know what, when I'm coaching national and I get to watch that footage, you can actually sit down and do a lot of work. But I think both teams are very very similar in what they bring. And for me, I'm going to say it's going to come down to the two keepers in that game.
That's fantastic. Well, yeah, we saw Brett Williams on the stream last night with an MVP-worthy performance. So we've seen him in form. That's half the equation.
It is. But I think the keepers become really important. And they're both great in the cage. But will Connor McGee get the nod tonight? Or does the coaching staff and Anthony and Cam go, well, hang on, Bretty's did the work and we need to find this final. I've seen Connor McGee in the cage for South Australia in the local league. Great young lad, and he's got a nickname too. It's me and Bobby McGee. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to actually see Connor in the cage tonight. But I don't know. Can we get golden goal?
Mate, wouldn't that be fantastic?
I mean, getting in. I mean, how? I mean, my voice will go up and octone if that does happen. I'm a big one for golden goal, and in this sort of format, when you're everything to play for, it doesn't get better. And it can really spur a side. So my money is on even at the full, going to golden, and yeah, I can't pick a winner at the moment. Yeah, that's how tight I think it is.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, the great thing is that viewers won't have to wait too long, Tony. It's only, well, what are we, at 6:30 Melbourne time. We're scheduled for an 8 o'clock start. So we're an hour and a half away. It's going to be a fantastic evening. So don't go anywhere. It'll be live here on the Australian Lacrosse Network.
And the perfect thing is it's nearly going to be, it'll be about 4 o'clock WA time by the time that happens. But, you know, it's a Friday night. If you're on your 65-inch television, oh, look at this. You're, and Butterknife just trying to take his own teammate out as he nails one on the other side. And down here, it's Hannah Roberts. Oh, sorry, that's not Hannah Roberts. That's Yeoman. Yeah, Yalman. And ball still with the LA Presidents. No, back in the hands of Victoria.
It's good offensive pressure down there, and still hunting Eden Hannah Roberts. No reward for it, but good pressure to try and win that one back. And
Dan Hall gets the ball up, clearing up. Just steps, pops to the left-hand side. And Neil with the ball will bring it into offense. Only has one ahead of him, but now he's under pressure. Coming from the bench, just did not read that one well. Ball still up the top. Comes in. Good. Well, there's a. And you know what? Tony Joseph says that one is on me. I will put my hand up for that.
Yeah, hasn't spent too much time out there, Tony Joseph, so probably just a little excited getting back out in the court and yeah, showing the side of there, that one.
He's been running the gate here for the women as Tony Joseph, and he's certainly got plenty of voice, so he knows how to open a gate or two, and he's just opened the penalty one on that occasion. But I like the fact he's put his hand straight up and he go, yep, that's me.
Yep.
You know what?
Good accountability.
Yep, absolutely. And you like to see that. So Hannah Roberts with the ball, kicks it to Hannah Roberts. They're just statting up at the moment to Hannah Roberts. Fires, good down low. Has that gone in? Oh, that one's just gone under the stick and
yeah, nearly snuck past Nick Sheedy on his first save of the game.
And no, he was already thinking about I'm going to the cage, but you got to take the ball out.
Snuck out the back a couple of times, Al. He's very keen on finding his name on the score sheet.
Well, you could almost see the eyes ticking over there. I've got the ball, I'm into the cage, but you've got to actually physically put it in your stick.
Yeah, spent it before he earned it.
So ball here with Hannah Roberts. As we see Neil come on, and ball comes back to Hannah Roberts. So, fires. That's in the backside of the cage. Picked up Dan Hall, just a little flick over there. And again, not much. We haven't seen a great deal of Keith out there, Nyberg, but does enough.
Yeah, he seems pretty comfortable doing his job in defence and letting some of the other guys do the work down the attacking end. And it's going to be Marcus Aaron Battis on this occasion. So they're short-handed though, so probably could afford to apply some pressure.
Has that gone in? That has. Oh, no, it's in his knee. He was looking around for it. And just that sun is almost in our eyes now, if you can see where we're almost directly opposite the halfway line from where the camera is. But looking down that end, and he was looking around for it. I thought it might have snuck in and under, but not to be. And Ben Doma with the ball. And Eden just kicks it over there to Sammy Vincent.
Yeah, clever little jump there from Gluten. Plenty of pressure on.
Lots of pressure. But what it does is it gets the shot clock to 5, and they're well above the... Oh, that's a great look down, though.
The sibling connection there. Jasper finding Eden, Hannah Roberts.
But look at this. Hall has gone... Oh, Hall was not screaming for it. He was deaf screaming out this outer side. Stick up. You know, I'm trying to just tiptoe down here.
But we're back to even strength. Joseph back out.
Doyle doing a good job there.
Play. Yeah.
And really doing a good job. And he's nearly stepped the line. That's coming back the other way. No, Doyle again in there. And we've got a whistle. Okay, so we heard the call there. Victoria opened the gate while the play was right near them. You know, maybe come in here. But that'll turn the ball over. A fresh clock for... ball back up the top. So Derek Lee just kicks the ball down, looks inside, good stick, in lane. And pops it over. And an opportunity here for Doyle. Down the outer side, has played a fair bit of defence. He's got a man on. The other side looks and saves down there. Does Kudrin. And Timmy gives the ball up, releases it back, and the LA Presidents coming back into their offensive end. Jared Neal with the ball. And
just waiting for the reinforcements, and that's probably one of the key things. They've been too slow to sub. I think the Presidents, by the time they were full strength, it's down to 10 seconds, and they've only got 2-1. The shot clock's going to expire on this occasion.
Well, Neal needed to throw the ball down the back corner there because Lucas Parsons was waiting to pick the ball up. You don't want to give him a metre or two. So ball up the top. Oh no, that could be an over and back. Yes.
Yeah, good
over and back.
Good pressure there.
Great pressure, wasn't it? Fantastic job there.
Yeah, just good awareness as well. You don't have to, there's a chance to probably run through the number and really put some damage on there, but all you needed to do was get him over the line and get the ball back.
So Hannah Roberts with the ball. That's Jasper. Kicks the ball down the bottom corner as Eden comes on. And he will receive the ball now. So, ball over the side there to Lee. Lee just kicks it up to the goal scorer in Sammy Vincent. Vincent back to Lee. And ball picked up. Not quite. There's a reset on the clock. Still a reset on the clock. Fighting hard. But it's going to be a Victorian ball and coming back the other way. And Lucas pops the ball down the bottom.
And how sharp was that?
And that Plum had the shot with a rebound. And has he done it again?
I think it is, yeah. Reynolds there. He kept himself out of the crease on that
occasion.
occasion.
Tell you what, you just can't keep him out of it, can you, the butter knife?
Yeah, just there's that sharpness around goal, that awareness. He knows.
He's just taken the knife out. There you go, Plummy. Have a shot. I'm just gonna go in, and the butter knife just nails it.
Great finish.
But what that does is it gives Tyler a goal in every quarter so far. Mind you, and it's disallowed. So ball's out the back. Gluten, no, he dropped the ball. That's unusual from Al. And a ball, he's trying to get one into the Victorian bench, and they'll take the ball if you're going to give it to us in there. And Ratchy, here he is. He's my man to get 5. So up the top, looks in, Hall. He's been a dead eye on the pass today, but not so on the shot so far. And Hall fighting for the ball there. He has got 1, Caleb, but he's got probably 5 assists.
Yeah, it's prolific on the assist department, Caleb. He passes the ball like a laser, and the vision as well is just fantastic.
So Ratchie wanting to set up the top. Oh, now he opens up in the middle. Fires, and that's home. Bang! Aaron Batsis.
That's it. Probably a little fortunate there, I think, Marcus Aaron Batsis. That looked like it was pretty straight on and copped a little deflection, putting it into the bottom corner. But yeah, good effort nonetheless. Got himself into a good position.
What it doesn't do is say on that it got a tip on that, and it ends up as a goal on the in the back of the net, but the keeper didn't save it, and it's a goal on the score sheet.
Maybe it'll smooth things over in the Aaron Batsis household tonight after his disallowed goal earlier.
You know what? Well, you can't take that one away because that was well away from the crease.
Exactly right.
And face-off's been a key for this Victorian side over the last couple of days. Oh, little BTB. Oh, little BTB with Plum on the back end. Tell you what, that is all Aldred, isn't it?
Yeah, what a play there. Aaron Aldred to himself. Kept going. He just uses that size to his advantage. Bullocks his way through there and finds Chris Plum, puts that one away as well. And I think he likes that too, Chris Plum.
Hey, well, he's looking at us. He's looking at us. And I'll tell you what, yeah, it was a fantastic feed there from Aldred, a little BTB. But you got to finish him. And the man was up for the challenge. Plum. There's only one butter in this. So ball back in the centre.
Good attack there from Darren Ricketts to pick up that ground ball. He's got Aldred now. The big hit coming. Probably could have run through the number a little bit there from the Presidents. He was there for the waiting. Probably a little bit of a hospital pass, but not going to matter. Victoria will keep possession.
And it gets back to Ricketts. So ball on the outer side. Plum, he just steps it back. Maybe they've got a connection here. As, you know, you gave me one, I'll give you one there. But Aaron Batsis just not able to put that one away, but kicked up to Plum. There's a reset on the clock, 20 seconds. Just looks down. That's a great little feed. And ball in the backside of the net. And a little bit going on here. So there's a little bit happening down the back here. Just walk away.
It's just that spot once again.
I'll tell you what, that's the angry spot down there. To anyone that steps behind that cage in that 1 metre bit ends up just with a little bit of angry juice in them, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Wait and see if there's any players that are going to be sent to the box here.
Yeah, there's definitely one. Is there? Yep.
And I think Victoria might have been pretty clever if there were any that were meant to go off. They've certainly made themselves scarce in the scene, headed off to the box, making the referees try and work it out.
Let's see, it looks like Dylan Jaculak is heading towards the bench. We'll hear whether it's what it is. And we'll just look.
And probably just a little bit of frustration bowling over there.
So a 2-minute penalty, I believe. So 2 minutes, and I'll just say probably a little bit aggressive. I'll call it unsportsmanlike because, you know, you're going to have a 2-minute penalty, whatever. So opportunity here for Victoria. Looks down. I don't know what he was shooting at there, but that's not a 6x6. It's a little bit smaller than that. Oh, bang. Chicken wings. Tell you what, if KFC were giving away wings, that is one.
Yeah, good little stop there from Tim Kudrin, covering every part of the cage.
So Victoria, man up, looks down, just popped. Plum, little flick. Oh, have some of that, Mr. Parsons Quintal. It's just a loose ball push there. I was impressed. He knocked him over. So
yeah, probably just didn't expect it coming, I think. But Plum makes that move across to Kroll. He's trying to find Aaron Batsis on the crease. Reels in the loose ball really well.
Good take there. Oh, good inside. Bang! Have a little bit of that, but pops up.
That's what you like to see. You protect the front of the cage.
So they'll be in man up. Effectively, they've got the shot clock is above the game clock here, and they'll probably be looking for the last opportunity to try and put one away. So Quintal needs a shot, and just kicks the ball down. Oh, gets that one away. That's a great set of hands there from Aaron Batsis. Just to take the ball down low like that and get a shot off. Fantastic take down there, but that goes into 3/4 time. And Victoria just edging out there. They had a 3-0 quarter, out to a 14-1 lead. And they've just taken this one right away, haven't they? And they'll start man up.
Definitely have. Just slowing up a little bit in the scoring, but yeah, still looking pretty comfortable out there. The Presidents, you know, it's pretty much damage minimisation at the moment, I think. So doing a good job in that quarter, but it's going to be tough in this fourth term. That Sun's going to be pretty much a sixth man out there for the Vics in this final quarter.
And the goal scorers for that quarter, Mr. Chris Plum with 1. The butter knife himself, Tyler Reynolds, with 1. And Marcus Arambatsis with 1 from a great feed, just quietly. But yeah, that's where we sit. It is 14-1, three-quarter time, 12 minutes to go left in this one. And the one we are waiting for is the WA-SA game this evening. That winner take all. There is only 1 box of chocolates, and that box of chocolates will get you into the big dance. And I tell you what, if Benji Muxlow's here for a dance with that pink tutu behind us, he is ready for it. He does not need much, Benj, but he is looking, shall I say, pretty tonight. If he's got makeup up when he turns around at me, I'll have a look. But he's come dressed to play. That's all I'm going to say. So it is 14-1, and we might just have a bit of a look, see who's, if anyone's online, and having a bit of a look, waiting to see what's coming up next. There's a few more online. Ethan Moyer is online, Brody Borovnik, Lukey Roberts. Hey, Lukey, big shout out to you, brother. Scotty Brooks, my man, online. Michelle Potter, Nick Wentz still watching, and Addy just tuned in to have a bit of a look at this game. So, but it is an 8 o'clock local time here, so it'll be 8:30 in South Australia for that game starting. No, sorry, 7:30. Take that. I'm a half an hour ahead here, and we're 4 hours ahead in
3, I think.
In WA.
3 or 4?
Yeah, I think it's 4.
Double check that.
I think it's 4 now because we're in daylight savings, so I think it's 4. So it'll be about 4 o'clock WA time, 3 o'clock WA time. Oh, we're only 3. There you go. I lost an hour. Don't let me do this. I'm an amateur at this. So yeah, well that works in perfectly because that's 5 o'clock knock off on a Friday, and that's a perfect time to turn the box across on in WA. But right now we've got 1 more quarter left in this LA Presidents versus Victoria game. Little bounce pass. That was quite smart there by Lucas Parsons.
Yeah, exactly right. It's a little bit party time at the moment for the Vics, just trying a few different moves out there. And Tim Ratchie, that's another one for you there, Tony.
Well, that gets him up to. I did say this quarter was going to be his quarter with the sunshine. That gets him up to 3. I had him for the first 5 of the game, but Plummy's trying to do a job. And he's got 3, and Reynolds has got 3, and. Tell you what, though, I'm still on Ratchie.
Yeah, but just once again, that ball movement proving so important for Victoria.
And more than that, that sun's proven important because that's right in that wrong spot, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right.
Poor Timmy Kudrin down there.
Yeah, looking straight into it at the moment from where he stands.
Well, he's looking at 00 on his top, and he's looking at 2 zeros in his eyes with the rings coming out of the sunshine. And ball won again by, that obviously he's got too much butter on that stick. Just slipped off it. As Tyler. So ball in, looks down. Mental with the ball. Oh, little fake. I like the fake from Mental. Just did his own player almost. And Plum, he says, well, Ratchie's not getting 5 goals in front of me. So ball still to be won, 2 seconds. Oh, butter knife tries to slice one through there, and the ball will turn over. It'll be a LA President. Oh, he's tried that before. It worked the first time, but that was, oh no, he was subbing. He didn't want to take the ball then. He was subbing. Did Chris Plum.
Yeah, just waited for the reinforcements on that occasion.
He would have taken it though, wouldn't he, if he did?
Yeah, certainly would have.
So Neil with the ball, just steps inside, and Jared Neil, against the grain, puts one away for the LA Presidents, and he gets their second of the game. And Jared Neil, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, the seas just parted for him there. Just the Victorian defence didn't come. Said, if you want to get the shot off, go for it. And he said, well, thank you very much, I will, and put it in the bottom corner.
Just and found space there, didn't he, Jared? Just opened the goalie up. The goalie took a step and pops it down on the bottom right-hand corner. And easy as you like. Geez, scoring goals is easy in this, isn't it? It is.
Yeah, certainly. And probably the first blemish I think we've seen from Victoria all game, really. Just a little lacking concentration as we wrap things up.
And Hawley, that's the halfway line. He's got over it and he says, now I have to come off. I'll do all the work for you, boys. Oh, look at him. Look at him on the back corner here. Ratchy, just waiting.
Yeah, he's just lurking down there,
He's like a spring ready to be loaded. Ball, looks down.
Plenty of off-ball pressure, though.
Gets up. Ratchy's top centre now. He's going to ask for the ball in a second. He wants an opportunity outside. Lucas passes. Oh, great scraps there from Aaron Batsis. Just right place, right time.
Yeah, probably a little fortuitous there, I think, for Victoria. Could have gone against them, but in the end it worked out. The shot clock should have been reset. Down to 2. Parsons Quintia lets off the Hail Mary, and Aaron Batsis on the rebound picks up the scraps.
All in one action, wasn't it? And
yeah,
you love to see that. Goalie's still resetting from the first shot.
And for a big guy as well, got down low and put it away well.
And back to the centre we go. And Sammy Vincent, he's a goal scorer today as well. He's the other goal scorer, Neil and Vincent. Goes into the middle, but I'll tell you, Aldred has been very good. And
even his fumbles are working out. That one just to the advantage of his teammate.
Well, you know what? Doyle's been good in this game for limited moments too. He's certainly fought hard.
He's a heart and soul type operator, Gabe Doyle. He in the Vic Box season, probably not being too harsh on him, but probably not quite up to the skill level of some of the other guys. But gee, his effort is there, and when the ball's there to be won, he certainly puts his head over it, and defensively as well, he's really strong too.
So ball up the top here with Freeman. Kicks it to the butter knife. He found his way in again. Oh, does he what? The butter knife is spreading his love out there in the goal. And there's another one for him. That is the fourth. Maybe he's going to be the one to tipple that 5.
Yeah, just
Tyler Reynolds
goes about his business. Doesn't really pop up too often by the looks of it, but whenever he gets his hands on it, he puts it away in the back of the cage by the looks of things. So, and once again, he gets to that crease hole so easily. And, yeah, great finish there once more, as we've become accustomed to see over these last two games.
Tell you what, he certainly put something on him, because it doesn't attract a defender. Well, when he does, he just slips past him. So into the middle here. Ball to be won, a little loose ball push. Loose ball push, and that'll be a LA President's ball, and it'll come back through Hannah Roberts. So, and he kicks it to his brother. A little bit of brotherly love there. Kicks the ball out there to Vincent. And Vincent just taking some time. And they literally, I think, are just trying to take some time out of this game and just go a bit slower. But that has been checked as the pass found it. And Keith Nyberg looks up.
Here we go,
great outlet. Dan Hall pops, misses, comes back the other way. Here we go. Doyle with the body. Great pace there from Dylan Jacklet. He just decides against continuing with that foray. And ball up the top. Neil, he's got one. Looks at another. Fires high. But coming back the other way. And looks down. Oh, just pops a shot.
And just as Dan Hall subbed off there in front of us, not too happy with his effort down the offensive end. Would have liked to have done a little bit better by the sounds of it.
So, but get the attackers on when the attackers are in attack.
That's exactly right.
That's what we say.
Nice little feed inside to men to play.
And ball to be won. And there's an outlet here, but the defence all over it for Victoria. Just didn't allow that, and we got a whistle here. And we have a timeout charged to the LA Presidents. And they'll just have a little bit of a talk about how they're going to maybe just get a little bit more control down in that offensive end. Just take some time. Let's not play that up and down sort of ball.
Yeah, so just over 5 minutes left in this final quarter. It'll be interesting to see what Rick Benedict's instructs his President's side out there. By the looks of that last possession, they looked pretty happy just to run things out.
Yeah, they looked like they were trying to suck a bit of time out, didn't they?
I think so. But and they've settled into it a little bit. I think that the President's that second quarter was probably the one where it really blew away. They were good as maybe a 7 or 8 goal quarter to Victorian. But otherwise, they've been somewhat competitive, I think.
Well, as you say, you're 2-1 at the first quarter, and then it's 11-1 at the second, so 9 in the second. And it takes I'll tell you what, someone's come and just punctured your tyre because the air is out of it. But we've got a couple of people online watching now. Zach Clothier. G'day, Zachy. Brett Gaspari, Zach Semler, Lee Haskett. The man himself, Brett Williams, is watching. He's actually here, I think. He is. And Judy meant to play says, to the commentary team, thank you for the entertainment. Most enjoyable. Also, camera work is excellent. Yes, it is. We have the best in the business in the Australian Lacrosse Network, and we really do appreciate your kind words, Judy, as Pumba just goes about it. But he says, you know what, Lucas, I've got. Kicks over, pops. Oh, there we go. That's 2. Travis Kroll with his second of the day.
Yeah, he's been doing that for many a year, Travis Kroll. Just you give him that much time and space, and he may as well have taken the ball out of his stick and put the ball in the back of the net with his glove there. There was absolute precision the way he put that in the back of the net.
Well, if you're looking at shots for goals, he's probably 100% at the moment.
Yeah, he'd be close to it.
2 from 2. And you know what? And that's what you like to see. You know what? Even if you're not getting many opportunities, when you get your opportunity, you put it away, and you know that builds a bigger team. But the team in the face-off with Aldred has been Team Aldred. You know what?
I'll tell you
what, there's the commentator's curse right there. Aldred big bent. Oh, there we go, over and back. And Dan Hall comes on. He goes, I'm about to get an opportunity. And there we go. The boys like that. Aldred, smart play though, wasn't it?
Yeah, good awareness. I don't know what was going on in the face-off. He broke about half a second before the whistle went. But
there is a nasal spray for that. But it's...
he did make up for it, though. So
that he did. You know what? That's a special teams moment. And there's another one. Special teams moment as Plummy just lights one up from the restraining line.
Yeah, you got to wonder maybe if the sun potentially had a little bit to play there. That's gone right through the legs of Tim Kudrin, who's been really good today. So just got to wonder if that might have had some impact on that occasion.
So that's Plummy's 4th. Reynolds has 4. Ratchie letting me down. He's only got 3. He needs to get on more. Timmy Ratchie, get on there. I've got you for 5 for the game. But ball back in the centre. And we've got Lachlan McDonald up against Sammy Vincent. And McDonald wins, but doesn't win. And
good
great
ball there.
ground ball, wasn't it? That was Archie Papsoglu.
No, just a little bit of a mix-up there. Jai Arabatis is not wearing a President's uniform, so couldn't take possession on that occasion.
But there's an opening if he looks up, as he does look up. And here's Ratch. He come on. Plum was waiting down that bottom corner, wasn't he? He wants to be the first one with a handful. Aaron Batsis kicks it to Ratch. Now here's the sunshine. Oh, little BTB. Got to find the stick for those though. So needs a shot. Plum steps, pops, and he's done my money. Gamble responsibly here, but Plum, that's his 5th, and he's just on the back end of some good work from his teammates there.
Yeah, he must have known this one was being filmed, I think, today, Plummy. He's gone out there and he's put on a bit of a clinic.
Do you reckon he's got it home and he's got it recording?
Yeah, possibly. I reckon
possibly.
He's got the VHS.
The VHS or the beta.
Yeah, that's
he
it.
He might have the old beta tape out, just recording his movements out there, Chris Plum.
But, yeah, another good day for the Victorian veteran.
Ball back into the centre. Vincent just doesn't. Great pickup there again.
And clever there from Aldred. He's loved the pop to himself throughout the game, but he knew where the free man was on that occasion, and Doyle and went straight to him. And clever move in the middle.
just trying to get a bit of stick to. Oh, there he is, the Butterman. Oh, I tell you what,
big hit too.
He got spread there. He wasn't expecting that. He's been doing it to him all week. And just the ball to be won here, and that is one with pace. But Victoria getting back in their defence. Hannah Roberts.
And he deserves a goal there, just Hannah Roberts. He pulled the trigger when there was about 4 blue jerseys lining up for him. So that was a brave move there.
And ball taken out of the stick. A little bit of love going on there between Pumba and
into the final 30 seconds of the game. So
ball just loose here, and that's a dangerous ball when it's loose and everyone's looking up and out and in. And Eden Hannah Roberts steps. Good save.
And one last chance here. 15 seconds on the game clock.
And they got 3-on-3 here. 3-on-3. Now 4-on-4 Ratch. Trying to pick his pockets. Freeman, there'll be some talk in the change rooms after that one. Freeman had the ball. Ratch was getting the ball, and that's going to run out time here. And great win from the Victorian boys. Ended up putting up a big score.
Yeah, 20-2 in the end. Victors, they'll be pretty happy with that one. 11 first half goals, 9 in the second half. So pretty balanced.
On our scoreboard, it looks like a mirror, doesn't it? 0-2 versus 2-0.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, it's exceptional.
Yeah, they'll be pretty happy with their efforts out there once again.
Yeah, they will. And a few really good moments out there for Victoria. But not only that. You know what? While they didn't put it on the scoreboard, the LA Presidents, they can hold their heads up high with some of the play they had out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Both Hannah Roberts boys, really good.
Yeah, you could probably tell maybe a little bit of fatigue settling in, missing a couple of players as well. So, but a valiant effort from them, and they'll bounce back and come back again tomorrow.
And Sharks head coach Glenn Meredith is watching, so he'd be watching keenly. Big shout out to you, Rub. As the boys just get around. So where's our MVP sit in this game?
Oh, it's hard to pick, I think. There's a pretty even contribution from both sides. I think for Victoria, Plum was classy across the field. Reynolds was consistent as well throughout. So you could probably take your pick out of those two, I think.
I'm on Hall.
Yes, how can you forget Caleb Hall's first half as well there? So
his first half, I think he brought, and that's where the game, especially that second quarter, he must have had 4 or 5 assists.
Second quarter, he did light it up there. So yeah, you could really give it to any one of those guys, I think.
And on the President's side, look, one of the Hannah Roberts boys, I think they worked really hard up through the spine.
Yeah, I think both of them worked hard. I think Eden probably took sort of the lion's share of the attacking drives. Tried to put a few shots on the cage, didn't necessarily have too much luck with them, but I think one of those boys probably
walks away with
it. Out, yep.
As they just shake hands here, I might go through some goal scorers on my really messy score sheet here. But just going through some scorers. For Victoria, we'll start with them first. Darren Ricketts had 1. Caleb Hall with 1 and about 6 assists. Tim Ratchie with 3. Lockie McDonald with 1. Marcus Arambatsis had 2. Dan Mentiplay had 1. The butter man himself, the butter knife, Tyler Reynolds with 4, 1 in each quarter. He's just spread it out there. And Chris Plum had a handful with 5. And Travis Kroll just stepped up 2 from 2, I reckon, and gets on the board.
Yeah, a couple of nice goals there.
And the LA Presidents, they had 2 goal scorers, 1 Sam Vincent in the first, and 1 Jared Neal in the last, so with their 2. So as the coaches come out to do their MVP, we'll see how close we were, Lockie.
Yeah, so it's going to be, looks like it's going to be Greg Mollison making the first presentation to the President's team.
And don't forget, coming up next, the big game between SA and WA. Whoever wins that game goes straight into the big dance against a Victorian team. And they've just been sitting here having a bit of a watch, the WA boys behind us, and just seeing how they're going to knock them off if they knock SA off tonight. And the 2 coaches just doing their MVPs now. So we'll just watch and have a bit of a try and listen to this, Lockie. And Chris Plum gets the MVP. See what happens when you get a handful. And a highlight reel of 30 seconds of your own best work. He'll go home and watch that tonight, I know, Plummy.
Exactly right.
Good job, Chris. And on the LA President's side, Josh Earman. Actually, yeah, no, look, you know what? Played a lot of defence, Josh, and was in the play early. Had a couple of shots, so you know what? Probably one that slipped under my radar, but yeah, he was very serviceable down there, Josh.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, had a good effort out there for the President's team.
It is. And well done to the Black and Whites there. Really well refereed game. We forget about them sometimes, but did a great job. To Ben up on the camera, fantastic. And to Mr. Scotty Gill, again, doesn't happen without him. And to Mr. Lockie Williams. Mate, we're going to be back here very shortly for a cracker.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We are just 55 minutes away.
All right.
So 8 o'clock Melbourne time, 55 minutes. So make the
5
adjustments.
o'clock WA time, 7:30 SA time. Get your alarm set. And I'll tell you what, my name's been Tony Watts. Until the sticks are swinging, we'll see you shortly.